Hey everyone, welcome back to Film Form Studios and welcome back to another episode of So Apparently. Today we are going to be talking about the kick-off to Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that is the newly released teaser trailer for Black Widow.
I used to have nothing. And then I got this job. This family. But nothing lasts forever.
I heard you had to leave in a hurry.
It's never easy these days.
So what are you going to do?
I've lived a lot of lives, but I'm done running from my past.
I know you're out there.
I know you know I'm out here. So we're gonna talk like grown-ups?
Is that what we are?
It's good to see you too, sis.
What brings you home?
We have unfinished business. We have to go back to where it all started.
Lucky us.
One thing's for sure. It's gonna be a hell of a reunion.
Still fits. Family. Back together again.
You got fat.
Right, I've already seen that trailer before. I just thought I'd watch it again to sort of, refresh myself on it. And I remember there's quite a lot of things to talk about, so let's get straight into it. So first of all, the number one thing is that this film is supposed to take place in the 2 years between Civil War and Infinity War. So I mean, it concerns me a bit because the MCU are really good at making plot holes sometimes. I'm willing to ignore them because the films are really, just enjoyable. And some things can be explained, but sometimes they do mess up. So I really hope that they don't do that. Because they do it quite a bit sometimes. So it takes place in that part. We have loads of new characters to talk about, so that's brilliant. Personally, I just want to say, my opinion or theory is, I think that there's gonna be, and at least I hope there is, because otherwise we're not getting much of a Black Widow story. Well, we are, because it's all about her and her family and all that stuff, but I'd like to see more of the, it's hinted at a lot throughout the MCU that she had quite a dark past, so I'd like to see a lot more of that. I'm hoping it takes place before Avengers, so that we can see how she became an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. and all that. I know I just said it takes place in between Civil War and Infinity War, but I'm hoping that we get flashbacks or some sort of way of seeing what she was like before the Avengers, and before Iron Man 2, obviously. That'd be really interesting. And something that backs that up is that there's a shot, I can't remember what timestamp it is, I'll have a look. But there's a shot where a bunch of SUVs are pulling up near the start of the trailer, and General Ross is there, and he looks much younger than usual. And he looks too young in this shot for that bit to be during Civil War. Like in Civil War he looks a lot older than that, he looks de-aged in this. It's not SUVs, so oh yeah it is, yeah, SUVs, a bunch of trucks and lorries. But yeah, he looks a lot younger in that, so that leads me to believe that we're gonna have some bits that are gonna tell a story before the events of Civil War as well as during that gap, which I look very forward to. So on to new characters. We have Black Widow's sister, who I can never remember the name of, but she looks like she's going to be helping them out, and I don't know if this is linked to her or another character, but I've been hearing stuff about someone in Black Widow's team turning, it might be her sister, I don't know, turning from good to bad or something like that, I don't know, goes against them or something. I've heard stuff about that, people saying stuff like that, like in the comics anyway, maybe it won't happen in this, but I've heard people saying stuff about that character, that she turns bad. One of my favourite characters in this trailer that I cannot wait to see is of course Red Guardian, who is played by David Harbour, and I absolutely love David Harbour. He's like one of my favourite characters as Jim Hopper in Stranger Things. He did a really cracking job at Hellboy as well. The film itself, Hellboy, isn't very strong, but David Harbour is bloody brilliant as Hellboy himself, and everything I've seen him in, he's just really good in. And he looks like he's going to be the funny one in this. The suit looks... I don't know how I feel about the suit. The suit looks a bit strange. I know he said he's gained weight, so I'm hoping that... Obviously in the comics, Red Guardian is black and red, and in this he's like white and red. But I'm hoping that we see Red Guardian in the past bits as well. So if we get a younger Ross, obviously we're going to get a younger Natasha, and maybe we'll see a younger Red Guardian as well with a different costume, or maybe that costume, but it doesn't look so weathered and it looks more like, you know, in shape and good. Because at the moment it looks kind of puffy because, like he said, he's put on weight or whatever. I don't know, it's not a terrible suit, it's just definitely not a good one. Like, it's not a great one. It looks a bit silly, but other than that, I can't wait to see David Harbour be Red Guardian. He seems to pull off the role pretty well from the small amount we've seen. I'm looking forward to seeing more of him. Let's talk about costumes on that note. There is a shot where we see Black Widow doing a backflip in the White Widow, I believe it's called White Widow, in the White Widow outfit, and it just looks awesome. Like, that costume just looks sick. Like, that's literally the only shot we see of her, where she's doing a backflip, and I think we see her shoot a rocket launcher out of a helicopter as well, but it just looks really, really cool. Obviously it's gonna look awesome with maybe like the gold bracelets I hope they give her, and the obviously still the red Black Widow logo. That'll be pretty sick. So I can't wait to see that. That looks awesome. The film looks mainly based in Russia, obviously, because she's like reuniting with her family and all that, and it's like really snowy and whatever. People are speculating a lot on the villain, which I believe is Taskmaster, like a new design on Taskmaster. If it's a he or she, or I don't know, because we only get that one shot of him or her, and like you don't know if they're gonna gender bend him in this. He's originally a dude, but it might be a girl in this. He doesn't have the hood, his mask, or her mask doesn't look how it usually does. It looks very different. It looks kind of cool. We see Taskmaster with a bow and arrow, and you know, in like a car, so that'll be like a car chase. You don't know if he's the main villain or if he's like a side villain to the main villain. You never know, because Taskmaster is a hitman in the comics, and well, like a hitman type thing, sort of. Like I guess he's for hire. Like he's not like a massive bad guy. Like he's normally like working for someone. So that could be interesting. Who's he working for, you know? What else do we get? Other people are speculating that Taskmaster looking character could be the bad guy I was talking about earlier, the one who turns from good to bad. People are speculating it could be that character. Again, I don't know who it is. I can't even think. I'm not even sure. I've just heard people talking about it. Guys, I do apologise for the weird cut. I got rung by someone. But as I was saying, I can't even remember what I was saying. I remember what I was talking about. I was talking about how there wasn't really much to talk about. We got shown, like, at the start, a few shots of, like, previous films, like the Avengers, and I think there was a few clips of Age of Ultron. Not 100% sure, but there's definitely some from Avengers Assemble in there. I really just want to wait for another trailer for this to come out. We need a bit more information, because we were shown a lot of new characters, but we weren't like told much about them or hinted to what they might be like involved in the story. So as soon as the next trailer comes out for this, guys, I will be watching it, and I will be. I really want to find out what like the plot of this film seems to be, like what the idea is, because so far all we know is she's saying like, I want to move on from my past, or no, I'm not running away from my past anymore, or something like that. So it's definitely like revisiting her past and stuff like that. I don't know, I'm interested to see what comes of this movie. I hope it's not another Captain Marvel. I hope it's interesting. Captain Marvel wasn't terrible, but it kind of just did what it needed to do, and that was it. It bridged the gap between Infinity War and Endgame. That's kind of all it needed to do. And it did it. It didn't really do anything outside of the box. It didn't really blow up any expectations. I enjoyed it. It was a great time. I haven't watched it much since. I think I've watched it once since. It's an enjoyable movie. It's not great. So I hope Black Widow does something new, because she's a very interesting character. Bit disappointed that it's a prequel, because like I hate it when they do prequels, because it feels like we're just stuck in a time loop. It feels like we're not moving on. Like after Infinity War, the only story that could be told was Endgame, like after that. So then we got Ant-Man and the Wasp, which took place the same time as Infinity War, and we got Captain Marvel, which took place like before any of the MCU films apart from First Avenger, Captain America. But we kept kind of stuck in like that area or previously, and I don't want to keep going through prequels again. I want to move on in the story now. I want to see what's next. But I am interested in this movie. Maybe we'll see more Red Guardian and other characters in more films after this. We don't know. We'll see. I can't wait for this film to come out. It looks pretty interesting. It looks like it's going to have some awesome action set pieces and all that. But my biggest hope for it is that I hope it's something more than Captain Marvel was. I hope it does more than what it says on the tin. I hope it, I don't want it to just tell people what happened in between Civil War and Infinity War. I want it to be meaningful. I want it to actually do something for the character of Black Widow. Like, she's dead now, so I want it to maybe add some more emotion to that death. Like, it was emotional as hell seeing her Endgame as it is, but if they had some more emotional depth into that, Jesus, it'll kill me to see that again in Endgame. So I just, you know, I hope it does well, and I hope it's something new and fresh. I hope it's not just another filler movie because they want to make money. I hope it does something interesting. So that's my sort of hopes and a small analysation of the trailer for the new Black Widow movie. It's going to be dropping on May 1st next year, 2020. So we should get a lot more trailers, you know, either, you know, after New Year's or, you know, early springtime. So we should be getting a lot of trailers soon. I hope you enjoyed this episode of So Apparently. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.
You got